We're back at the conversation about Diddy. Yes, and he is asking for bail all over again. You know what? There is no quitting him. That's one thing I'll give him. There ain't no quit in this mother lover. Not at all. All right? He does not take no for an... That's not great, by the way. If you really think about it, he doesn't take no for... Especially with everything that's been going on. With his freak off videos and his freak off tapes and his, the hibbity dibbity, the baby oil and the Astro Glide, okay, and the Juicy Hogs and the Alabama Slammer. Given the fact that he still says he don't take no for an answer, is a bad look. It's a really bad look. Do you know how many times he's tried to go for a bail? Do you know how many times? I'm asking you guys because I've lost count. I'm being dead ass. I've lost count. How many times? 6? 7? 11 times? It doesn't matter. At this point, he should read the room at this point, basically saying like, nah, bro, you're not coming out. And no, I'm not saying I'm coming out. No, not like that. Okay. That whole trial definitely outed him. Okay. I mean, is that considered a little? Like if you like watching other dudes with your girl and you in the corner wearing a mask, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that a little, I mean, that's, if anything, that's a little zesty, right? It's a little bit, right? So, I mean, it was his coming out party, right? Kind of, sort of. I mean, some people say like, bisexuality, if you're bisexual, then you gay. You see what I'm saying? They just say, nah, you gay. Especially with men. Women, it's okay. Women are allowed to be actually fluid. But mans, as soon as you say, I prefer, I kind of like both. Instantly in the general public's mind, court of public opinion comes back and the verdict says you gay. So he really did like have his whole, he was forced to be out here, to be out. The feds lit that closet on fire and he jumped out of that mother like that. No one thinks so that he's as straight can be. It's okay. Think about it. Okay. Take some time. Think about it. Discuss it amongst yourselves and then come back to me. Okay. But on some real stuff, he was kind of forced to be out the closet. All right. And because he says he's a nonviolent John. I'm sorry. This is like a joke. No, seriously, think about it. It feels like a punchline. He's like, I should be let go just because I have a hankering for hogs, okay? And seeing my woman get dug out by a big, juicy hog does not mean I should be locked up. The only thing I've done bad here, guys, is pay for a little sex. That's all I did, okay? So what? I'm a little zesty. So what? I like a little sausage. All right. In my what do we call it? A little extra sausage in my jambalaya. Okay. But it's still, I've done nothing violent. Okay. I'm an innocent man. You know what I mean? Isn't that a Billy Joel song? I think it is. I'm an innocent man. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. I'm a nonviolent John. I'm a nonviolent John. Like, why is this a conversation? He said, I'm a client. I'm not evil. Here's the thing, though. Time out. Before we go into this article, okay? And yes, it's crazy that he wants that vanilla milkshake. Oh, good God. Oh. Okay, now, here's the thing. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. Now, when it comes to all of that, we learned a lot of stuff about him and the other women too. Let's be real. Oh, and the performers. Let's just use that for right now, okay? All of them be mans, okay? They all mans. Now, we learned a lot about him, but one thing is for sure. The judge said, I'm not letting you out because you admitted to being a violent person. Let me repeat that again. He said, the judge, okay? Judge Semberman. I can't say his last name, but the judge, okay? With all due respect, his last name's kind of hard to pronounce, for me at least. He said, I'm not going to grant you bail. You're not going to be able to walk. After the verdict was announced, he said, your team admitted that you are a violent individual, that you are a hothead, and that you fully embrace the fact that you put your hands on these women. There's no denying that. So because of that, I can't let you out because you admitted to being a danger, not only to these victims, but potential witnesses and victims out there as well. What about all the people that testified? You're still a danger to the public. You are going to be locked up. Now, if I was in his shoes, okay, first off, let me just say this. Okay? When it comes to the judge, I 110% agree with, I approve this message. Okay? I'm with him 100%. His team said it out loud. And you know for a fact that his whole thing was orchestrated by his team or by him, okay? He orchestrated his team. He was literally the conductor, okay? Telling them what they could say, what they couldn't say. And it worked. But one thing backfired. The fact that he did not sit there and say, I'm not a violent person. I'm a good man. I won't be a bad guy. I'm a good guy. Yet they admitted that, yeah, he's violent, but it's all love. Let's not forget that. It's all love. Judge is going to walk away and not forget that. It's impossible for you to forget that he's admitting to being extremely violent and that maybe it's not a good idea to let him out right now. Let's not forget also, too, the CNN video. Yeah. The CNN video. In fact, I'm surprised they actually knew that it was Diddy and not some white man in that video. That's another conversation in itself. But at the same time, CNN put out that video exposing Diddy, doing that vicious stuff to Cassie. He didn't deny it. He said, yeah, that's me, but it's all love. Let's not forget that too, right? Ridiculous. But now he's coming out with a bail or coming out with documents basically saying, please, Judge, please let me go. I'm a nonviolent John. That doesn't make sense. Do you understand? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, but the videos, though, and the fact that your team admitted that you are a violent person means that you're a violent person. How can you not be a nonviolent person but be violent at the same time? Make it make sense. Oh, by the way, before we go into this article too, you know when he was attacking Cassie in the hotel room, Intercontinental Hotel in LA, he was viciously attacking her. He currently, at that moment, was a John. Hold on. Okay, here's the thing. Think about it for a second. He actually did have a performer in the hotel room in which Cassie was trying to run out of. You know that, right? That's confirmed. There was another dude in there just laid out, just chilling, okay? Trying to relax, getting his milkshake ready to bring Diddy back to the yard, okay? And then Diddy ran after Cassie. So currently, at that time, he was a John. We already heard countless other accounts where he was attacking Cassie in closed rooms and telling her, go back out there and finish strong, girl. Finish strong. Go on out there and finish strong, right? So the fact that he's even sitting here saying, I'm a nonviolent John. All I did was have a hankering for freaking hogs, and I'm still locked up here. Let me go. Makes no sense. Do you understand that makes no sense? It makes no sense. But let's get into this article. He had a hankering for hogs, y'all. And he was also violent at the same damn time. And he's admitted that in court. So again, for him to sit here and say, let me out on bail, I'm not violent, doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look at this, shall we? So Diddy is taking another bite at the apple because his legal team just filed a new motion for bail. But they say he's the only man in America behind bars for hiring male S workers to bang his girlfriend. Say that again. Say that again. And put some stank on it. That doesn't make any sense, y'all. I'm only in here because I'm only locked up because I just have a hankering for hogs. Okay? I'm only being chastised and punished for liking the act of being cucked. Yeah. Diddy's legal team, spearheaded by, well, we already know about Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, just sent a new bail package proposal over to the judge, rattling off a list of reasons why they believe Diddy should be released from jail before his October 3rd sentencing. They're really trying, though. They are really singing for their supper. I'm going to keep it a bean. They you know what I mean? Diddy is paying every pretty penny for every single motion, document, whatever they put out. He is working. He is putting them to work. Okay? And they are still trying to get this man out. He is not going to get out. Let me just remind you guys. He is not going to get out. He's not going to get out. Not before October 3rd. It's not going to happen. What is it? The judge is just going to wake up one day and go, yeah, let me just let him out. He's not that violent. I mean, so what? He likes the peni. He likes peni. You know, it's plural for penis. It's no big deal. Let's just let him go. Let's let him out. Okay? Let him live his life for a little bit before he gets sentenced. It's not going to happen, guys. Okay? It's not. Isn't plural for penis peni? I'm joking. I know it's not, but at the same time, it sounds funny. Moving on. In the docs obtained by TMZ, Diddy's lawyers argue most folks convicted on the Mann Act charges, okay? Diddy was found guilty on those two Mann Act counts, are released from custody before sentencing. It doesn't matter. He said him violent, though. Diddy's camp says it's ridiculous he's behind bars because he was only convicted of hiring professional male S workers who are, by the way, not minors, to have relations with his long-term girlfriend as part of these group gatherings. Okay, these freak-offs. All right. Of course, this is Cassie and Jane, which everybody already knows who that is. Okay. Living a swinger lifestyle. So he's basically saying, you're chastising me because I live an alternative lifestyle. I like to see the hog while I'm in the corner losing my religion. That's why I'm being locked up. That ain't right. Set me free. His lawyers say a lot has changed in terms of society's view on the SEX since the Mann Act was passed 115 years ago in June of 1910. And they claim, I'm sorry, I can't read that sentence without laughing a little bit. I'm sorry. Okay. And they claim Diddy had never had relations with the guys he hired. Only his girlfriends did, or his ex-girlfriends did. So they're saying, so society's view on the hibbity-dibbity has changed over the past 115 years since the Mann Act was created in June of 1910. Now, I understand, back in the day, they're doing the Charleston and stuff, doing all this stuff. Okay. And so the hibbity dibbity, the group gatherings and seeing other dudes smashing your girl while you're in the corner losing your religion may not be what was, of the norm back in the day. But still, if you're hiring these guys, you're still creating or you're still a part of doing some sort of crime. So it doesn't matter. Mann Act exists still to this day for a very specific reason. And if you're paying dues to show up to dig your woman out, sorry, but yeah, that's still illegal. That's still prostitution. Okay? That's still a pro doing institution stuff. You see what I'm saying? You got me? Okay? That's still prostitution. Still it is. Doesn't change anything. Remember, prostitution is a tale as old as time. Okay? It's been here since God knows how long. All right? It's been around since the hibbity dibbity was hibbity dibbiting out here. Okay? So again, for them to sit there and go, it's an old legal thing. It doesn't exist. It shouldn't exist anymore. People are all cuckolding each other all day long. You need to stop. Don't look in this corner. Don't look over in this area because hell to the no. No. Is everybody doing that now? Is that the thing? Because we live in a time where OF and, effery like that is, and shame is gone. So suddenly this is a normal thing. Think about that for a second. This is normal. This is normal now. I'll tell you what, I have never will I ever have a hankering for hogs. It's ever. And there ain't nothing sexy about a man doing your girl right in front of you while you're in the corner. Sorry. Maybe that's a thing for everybody else. Maybe you like that. It's on you. Okay. But the spiciness has always been around here. It's always been here. But prostitution has always been around forever. And it's illegal in a lot of these parts, ma'am. So again, for you to try to change and move the goalpost because it's an old crime doesn't make any sense. It exists. The Mann Act exists for a very, very, very good reason. And the reason why it hasn't changed is for a very good reason as well. But let's move on. He's awaiting his sentencing, which we already know is on October 3rd, after being convicted of the charges, pro charges, and skating on the more serious charges, like the racketeering and the STing. But he was denied bail hours after the jury returned its verdict. So the judge said Diddy was a danger to the community because of his violent past that the defense did not shy away from at trial, like I said earlier, right? In the docs, Diddy's defense says he only got violent with Jane in June of 2024 after she provoked him with her own violent acts. And they claim that's the only instance of Diddy being violent since the split from Cassie that we know of. We've heard other things. He's been putting his hands on other people. Let's not forget Deontay Nash, okay, saying, hey, he's picked me up by the throat and slammed me onto the hood of a car. I mean, come on now. This is not somebody who is just has a few bouts of violent acts. This guy is a violent person, okay? And we've heard this numerous of times. So the jury was shown. We already know about all of that. Diddy's proposal bail package looks like this. It's a $50 million bond, $50 million, secured by Diddy's Florida estate and co-signed by 3 financially responsible people. Interesting. I wonder who those 3 financially responsible people are. Maybe somebody that rhymes with Kanye West. Moving on. The proposal says Diddy will reside at his Miami home and limit his travel to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York. It also proposes he be placed under U.S. Pretrial Services Agency supervision and surrender his passport. Do you have your passports? Do you have your shots? Diddy says if the court wants to add some more bail conditions, that's fine too. Even if it means home detention, treatment for mental health and substance abuse, electronic surveillance, and private security. Private security can go bye-bye. Okay? That means he's paying them and then they're at his disposal, not the other way around. I'm just going to let you know. Okay? But moving on. The judge has yet to rule, but prosecutors previously argued against Diddy being released before sentencing. Of course, they say stay tuned. I'm going to be real, all right? When it comes to the likes of Diddy asking for bail, this is absolute trash to me. You can try all you want. You could try all you want all day long to make it seem like he's not a violent person. But one of the main reasons why he was denied bail in the first place was because the judge said and believed that Diddy is a violent person. He is a threat to the public. And again, all the people that have testified, all the people that have said anything negative or is borderline bad about Diddy, exposing his lifestyle, exposing how he works, the inner workings of how he treats other artists, other victims, other people that work alongside Cassie or Jane Doe or any of these other people, all of them would be threatened by his release. Again, you don't think that at some time while he's sitting in his cell, he hasn't had time to write down a list of people that he wants to seek revenge on as soon as he gets out? This is not the kind of guy who just kind of says, eventually I'll get my day, I'll get my revenge. No, he's going to be, as soon as he gets out, he's going to try to do something bad. They say, "Oh yeah, I'm a nonviolent John." Yet we see the stills here, right? This actually was a moment where there was an S worker in the hotel room. He was technically a John at that moment. So no, he is a violent person. He is a violent John. So no, they can miss me with all the nonsense and they can keep him exactly where he is until he is sentenced. That's it. What are you going to do? If the judge says, yeah, you can go, you will get a few weeks and he's going to get locked right back up. You might as well just stay right there. Stay where you at. Okay? Stay exactly where you at, boo-boo. Okay? And then eat up the time and you'll be sucking off plenty of vanilla milkshakes in the future. Just make sure that it's all legal and it's all consensual because it's all about love, right? So if it is about love, it should be legal and consensual, right? And here's the thing too. Let me just say this really quick. Just talking about the diddler for a minute, okay? Because this is some real stuff, real talk. But let me just say this really quick. You don't think that there are other mans out there that would be down to do what you want to do? And here's what's crazy is that they would do it for free. In fact, this whole situation now, right? Now that everybody knows about this, there's plenty of freaker leaks out there. Plenty of dudes that are freaks that'll be like, hell yeah, I'll do this and I'll do it for free. Look at these bad girls, man. I will smash right in front of him without any problems. You don't think that you won't find some dudes that would be down for this kind of lifestyle? That you don't have to pay for at all? They just need to show up. Make sure that they're heavily hydrated, right? And hose that fire down. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what? The feds did him a favor. Because when he finally gets out, every dude's going to be sliding his DMs like, sup. Okay? A whole bunch of eggplant emojis and squirt emojis. Okay? Real talk. And now he could just choose what he wants and he doesn't have to pay a mother-loving dime, except for maybe paying for the hotel rooms. I don't think he's going to do the hotel rooms anymore, though. He's just going to do it in his crib. Real talk. And he's going to treat it like he's a married man. Okay, so Wednesday nights is the hibbity-dibbity night. Okay, it's date night. Yeah. And the kids, everybody's going to know now. And it's going to be fine. He's going to be able to live his life free. Okay? Like I said, he'll be able to run out there in the dandelions, in a field of dandelions, like mother-loving Sound of Music. Okay? The hills are alive. You know what I mean? Just yes. Instead of it being dandelions, this is a bunch of hogs. And he's just running through, happy as hell. And then he can find another girl who's down for it and it'll be fine. I'm just saying. This whole situation probably is going to help him out in the long run. And now we don't ever have to wonder if Farnsworth Bentworthy is you know what I mean? Now we'll just know. Oh, we see him around. So they definitely bumping uglies. Okay. The only question that anyone's going to ask is, ooh, so that guy that Diddy's with, what's he packing now? That's what people are going to be asking. Not me, though. Not me. You nasty mother lovers out there. Okay. That y'all going to be out here asking that question. Okay. Ain't that wild? Now everybody understands the assignment. So he'll be just fine. Okay? He gonna be just fine.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.